Okay, so just to finish this one off, again, what I'm trying to do is try and make, I'm going to factor the negative 1 from this bracket, so I have x minus 7 left over. So if I take the negative 1 out of here, that will make this positive 2 into a negative 2. So I'm going to have minus 2. And now what I'm going to have left is a positive x minus 7. Okay, so now that I've done that, x minus 7 is my common factor. So I'm going to take out x minus 7 and be left with 3x minus 2. Okay, and last but not least, 25x squared with 58x plus 16. No common factors. Let's put this into the array, see what we can do. Now, you might notice here, perfect square, perfect square. Let's see if it happens to work out where this is a perfect square trinomial. So I'll try 5x and 5x. And here, I'm going to try positive 4 and positive 4 because we have to add to a positive here. And that's going to give me 20x and 20x. So that adds to 40x, which is not the 58 here. So even though it looks like it could be a perfect square trinomial, this one is not. So you can't just always assume it'll be perfect square just because you have both a and c being perfect squares. You just have to double check that to make sure if it's going to work. Okay, so let's try and take a different approach here. Okay, so knowing that it's not a perfect square trinomial, let's start again. Okay, so again, there's not a lot of combinations for 25x squared. We did 5x and 5x. We could try other things that multiply to 16. We could try 8 and 2, 16 and 1, and see what worked. If none of those work, then you can try different combinations for 25x squared, like 25x and x. So a little bit of trial and error here. Or if you recognize that you're looking for two numbers that are going to multiply to 25 times 16. So 25 times 16 gives you 400. And they would have to add to 58. So what two numbers multiply to 400 and add to 58? Well, those two numbers are going to be 50 and 8. Okay, and if you don't see that, that's fine. I find it easier to do the trial and error approach. You will eventually get to the right answer. But if you can do this, you see that's going to be 50x and 8x. Okay, and then we can get the outside of our array from here. So looking at it, we won't be able to use 5 and 5 because if we have 5x here, there's no nice number here that we can multiply 5 by to get 8. So it can't be 5x and 5x. That's not going to be a possibility. So instead it has to be the other possibility, which was 25x and x. Can't put 25x up here because again 25 times what gives you 8? Nothing friendly. So we're going to put 25x here and x here. So 25x times what gives me 50x? Well, positive 2. And then down here, x times what gives me 8x plus 8. Just to check here, 8 times 2 does give me 16. So I do have my factored form here, and this is going to factor into 25x plus 8 and then x plus 2. Okay, hopefully that one made sense. And that's it. So there's a lot that went on in this. So there's 2 days worth of work for it. Day 1 has a little bit of stuff from the textbook. Day 2 you have a worksheet as well, along with some other questions from the textbook. So again, factoring is one of those things that we not only have to be able to do, but eventually want to be able to do it relatively quickly as well, because factoring is going to be, one step and maybe a 4, 5, or 6 step problem, and we don't want to be spending 5 or 6 minutes factoring if we can get that factoring done in 30 to 45 seconds and save ourselves some time. So keep practicing until you become very, very quick at it, and you'll be set going forward for the rest of this unit. Okay, thanks. Cheers.